Hello everyone, this is Nancy with Paper Moon Tarot, and I'm sitting here on a kind of coolish, damp, late autumn day and decided I'd better jump in and do something with myself. So I wanted to do a walkthrough of the Deviant Moon Paradoxical Edition, which I will tell you right up front was a 500 deck limited edition, and it's sold out. So you could find it on eBay or something potentially eventually, but it's not something you're likely to find easily. But I like it. I've had other people ask me about it, and so I wanted to do a quick walkthrough so you can see it. It's got the usual Deviant Moon tuck box. I wish you'd do some fancy boxes. I want to keep my decks, my Deviant Moons, which I love, and my Triumpha de Luna and so forth, in nicer boxes, but that's what pouches are for, right? It's interesting. I was looking at it, and it says on the bottom Deviant Moon Tarot Paradoxical Edition 500, and then it says Deviant Moon copyright US Games. So it's not produced by US Games as far as I know. It's Deviant Moon Inc. But they must own the copyright from originally releasing the original Deviant Moon deck. So it says, dream on the other side of the moon. The paradoxically inverted images in this exclusive limited edition will take your readings into a deeper dimension. So the paradoxical idea is that it's almost like a photo negative, but with color. And so the colors are different than the original deck, and they're very interesting. So these are the backs, pretty blue, with that Deviant Moon, that I think that's the same as on the regular Deviant Moon deck, the design. You've got your art card, you've got a little greeting card from Patrick. So, these are probably not in order. I've been playing with this, so I'm sure you can figure out what they would be like if they were in order. So the cardstock is very much the US Games type cardstock that you see on all of Patrick Valenza's decks. Perfectly good, sturdy, nothing fancy, nothing linen-y. I've never seen anything in a linen texture or thicker textured card from him. So it's, if you have Deviant Moon, you know what you're getting here. So, start with the 8 of Swords. And you can, if you know the Deviant Moon, then you know what these images are like in that, so you begin to see what this paradoxical coloring does. King of Swords. Kind of weird, bright oranges and blues, purple in this case, with the 10 of Wands. I love those colors going on there. And the moon is black. I've always liked this card, the 3 of Pentacles, where the little creature is plugged into the plants, feeding them, making them grow, which is 3 of Pentacles, sorry, is kind of all about. The 6 of Wands, again we get these beautiful blues that come through. I mean, they are exactly the cards from the original Deviant Moon. They're just, their coloring is totally different, and they're very cool. The Empress has a pink cape. I don't remember what her cape was in the original deck. I probably should have pulled it out so you could compare. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, our Lover's card. I think it's a great Lover's card. Wheel of Fortune. I also kind of like that one. You've got this sort of demon over here, and it's like, I don't know what she's doing to that creature. I'm not sure what a lot of these things are doing to each other, but the heart, the hand, there's all sorts of different symbols on that one. But I've always found this to be not a dark deck, a quirky deck for sure. The creatures are strange creatures. That's a great devil with the new life in it, so it's got the rebirth in there too. But it's got a great sense of humor to me. And you know, Patrick knows his tarot. His imagery and his interpretation of these cards is very good. Tower. I've always thought this was a really interesting Seven of Swords. Ace of Swords. Look at the colors going on in that one. That's beautiful. Three of Pentacles. This one's great, where they're working together, but they're working on each other. Sun. I do recall that in the original deck, there's a lot more yellow going on, and it's with this Paradoxical, it's very orange. Knight of Wands. A bug riding a bug. I like this Nine of Wands. Person just looks tired, weary. Two of Wands. Seven of Wands. I really don't know what process is used to get this effect. I think Patrick has said he was playing around with some images and they kind of came out this way, and he wasn't going to use them, but somebody commented, I'd love to see a whole deck like that, so he did. But you know, his art is digital art, so I mean, it's art, but it's produced digitally? I'm not sure. So, you know, manipulating the color scheme is probably a matter of changing some sort of setting or settings. High Priestess. Knight of Pentacles. So I really, the color palette obviously is the key here. It's very different. I love that purple, the devil. Seems to me oh, it was the death card I called the devil before. Justice. The Moon card has always been a favorite of mine. Strength. Not one of my favorite strength cards anywhere, but there you are. Temperance. That was really nicely the color palette in this version. Oranges and greens. Star. Sort of brown water coming out of that jug with the changed colors. almost blood red water. King of Cups. You see my new kitten back there. She's finally sleeping. The Fool. I mean, there's nothing dark about that. It's a fun card with lots of energy. Two of Pentacles. Judgment. Page of Wands. Ace of Cups. Pretty colors in that. I've always liked this Eight of Wands. The bird carrying the message. The Magician. Ace of Wands. Hierophant. Chariot. The Hermit. I've never really liked the Hermit card in this deck. There are only a few cards that I'm like, nah, he just looks frightened. And I just don't think of the Hermit as being frightened, maybe shy, wanting to get away from people, but it just doesn't match my idea of what the Hermit is about. So. The Hanged Man. Queen of Swords. Queen of Cups. Two of Swords. Three of Swords. Anything that gets away from just the heart, the swords through it, is okay in my book. I'm more focused on her three legs than the things going on in her heart. Ace of Pentacles. The World. Five of Pentacles, one of my favorite Five of Pentacles. And it's interesting, comes out like almost totally blue in this. But the eye looking out here with the suggested church and this person just sort of out in the streets, almost looking frightened. The eye is looking out at it is just kind of weird. Seven of Pentacles. I'm not sure I've always understood this. He's like cutting, he or she is cutting the tree, they, and there's like a drip of blood or sap coming out of the tree. But Six of Pentacles. of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. A real pentacle factory going on there. Knight of Cups. Page of Cups. And this was one of the first decks I found that, you know, as I started to buy mass market decks, and I didn't know there were a whole bunch of independent decks out there and so forth. And, you know, they were all kind of RWS clones, pretty or, you know, medieval or whatever. And I came across this and I was like, wow, this is what tarot decks can be. They can go that way. They can go off in a totally different direction and be, you know, art. I mean, he also has the meaning of the cards in here, obviously, in his artwork, but that they can be more than just kind of another version of the same thing. I love this. Nine of Cups, wishes come true. Seven of Cups. Page of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Like this guy under here holding up the table. King of Pentacles. You know, with this deck, the whole question of diversity just goes out the window. You can't really pigeonhole the body types, the skin color, the age, the abilities. They're just their own thing. I love this Six of Cups. The childhood in the Punch and Judy show. Five of Cups. Queen of Wands. That's a fun Three of Cups. They're celebrating in the mouth of some kind of fish. It's not a shark or a whale. It's a big mouth fish. Two of Cups. Four of Cups. I like this one too. Just throwing the cup, like, you know, screw it. Bored. King of Wands. That's a pretty card. I also like this Six of Swords floating above the earth in the little airship. Just really imaginative interpretations of the card meanings. Five of Swords. Four of Swords. That card comes out really pretty with all the purples and pinks. Knight of Swords. I have to make that one out. He's riding a sort of a horse with teeth, with a tail, like a mermaid. Or maybe it's his tail. Page of Swords. Got a very Borg kind of eye here if you're into Star Trek. Ten of Swords. And the Nine of Swords. So that is the Deviant Moon Paradoxical Edition by Patrick Valenza. And I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you snagged a copy. And if you didn't, maybe you will down the road when someone decides to rehome it. But beautiful deck. And I thank you for joining me. Take care. Bye.